Zeki, what's the fact?
All right. Cue you guys in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? This is NapX Prospect Nation, and we are followed here live from your host, not only just me, but Easy Money Sniper, or Coach Easy from Liquid. Easy, how you doing, man? How's everything?
Doing good, man. Feeling good. How about you, too?
I'm doing good and doing great. And we are also followed by here with one of the talented prospects out here, Spammy, and also shooting guard. Everybody knows shooting guard named Juice in the community. We all know him. We all love him. Juice 2K is also here as well. Welcome, guys, to Prospect Nation, and welcome, guys, to the show. How's everything going so far in the pre-draft?
It's going great. We won our league tournament, so
Hey, look,
we're in now.
we got the first step out of the way, man. You know,
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, is getting to that pool and getting everything started, especially coming down to the combine. Well, Easy, I'm going to let you basically get started with the questions and the interview. Spammy and Juice, good luck on this interview. You're going to need it.
appreciate you.
What's good, fellas? How we doing tonight?
What up, Easy?
Hawks 20 winners, man. You guys came in there. You guys had status quo. I think status quo came in there with a little underdog in them. Maybe they had like one game of them, maybe. But nope. You guys came out with a sweep. How'd y'all feel about that?
Go
Honestly,
ahead, Juice.
yeah, I got it. Honestly, I mean, I'm not gonna say like Spammy or I didn't. Like, I feel like Spammy and I kind of played our role really well that series. But Volts and Dimer, Spammy played pretty good defense. I'm just speaking for myself. Volts and Dimer really carried the offense that whole series. Like they hooped. Shout out to them. I just kind of played my role, played a little defense, hit my opens, nothing too crazy. We watched like a lot of film on them. Like we all watched our own film and then kind of got together and like got our notes together. So we had a pretty good idea of like what to expect. But I wasn't expecting a sweep, to be honest with you. I thought they might take a game or two, but I was really happy with the outcome, obviously. So.
Yeah, Juice is actually the guy that wrote all the notes for us, and I think that really helped us.
Okay. And can you give me a couple of your notes on that series, Juice? Like, what did you see out there that got you guys on top?
I'm not gonna go pulling back up. I'm not gonna read word for word either because I don't want to be disrespectful in any way. Really, I think our biggest like key was getting the ball out of Devin God's hands. Like we didn't want them to feel comfortable, and then also watching out for Big Lim on the pop because Big Lim's a dog. I'm not gonna lie, like that guy's got it. But we kind of kept him in check and kept Devin God in check, and kind of made everybody else play a part. And I just don't feel like that's their game. Like Devin God needs the ball most of the time, and so we kind of made them space it out a little bit, and they weren't comfortable with that. So that's kind of what it came down to.
All right. And Spammy, you care to add anything onto that as well?
I think our biggest note was when Dev didn't have the ball, just to look for his off-ball movement, because he cuts a lot, he dexes a lot, and all type of stuff like that.
Okay. And yeah, I agree. Big Lim is a dog. I've been watching his game for a little while, and usually he plays power forward, but now he's on a popping center, so he's used to that shooting role. All right. Next question I got for you guys. We'll start off with you here, Spammy, again. When did you start playing 2K and why?
My first 2K was 2K17, and I broke my hip, so I couldn't go to school for like 8 weeks. So I hopped in the park one day, and
All right. And you, Juice?
So I started playing like 2K. My first ever moment, like memory playing 2K, was the Jordan moment. So I think that was 2K11 or 2K12, one of those.
Yeah.
And then I
Love it.
played park with my boys from school, from like 2K15 to like 2K19. But we were getting popped. Like I probably had like a 21 percentage over those 5 years. Um, and then 2K20, I started playing draft leagues on Facebook, draft league pro-am leagues, and then yeah, from there I kind of transitioned over to like Twitter and stuff on 21, and here we are. So
Man, draft league, that's where you started off, man. Draft leagues.
draft league,
People
warrior,
don't
man.
know.
We're the bag motion, you know what I mean?
All right, let's see here. So you guys got the Hawks tourney out the way, and we see that the combine is starting soon. Actually, the date should be November 29th, if I'm not mistaken. What are you guys' biggest goals, and what do you want really coaches and scouts to get out here when you guys are hooping?
Yeah, I'll take that one. I think the combine's interesting because it only shows so much. Obviously, there's different factors you can't control, especially with the combine. But the main thing I want to see the coaches, or the main thing I want the coaches to see, is just my ability to play with really anybody. So whether I have a guard that needs me to shoot 20 shots off the hash, or maybe a guard that needs me to shoot 2, and kind of just talk them through the defense. I just want to show some versatility as far as playing goes, but I'm excited for it.
All right, and you, Spammy?
Like Drew said, I want to show the coaches and GMs that even though I've been playing with the same group of years, I can play with anybody, and I want to see the players I've been playing with, communicate, and take notes from them and add it to my game.
Okay. And speaking of which, with you, Spammy, I know that you play in the West Coast, correct?
Yeah.
And how do you think that affects your game, if it does at all?
That's probably my biggest weakness, to be honest. It's been difficult being delayed, but I try not to complain about it too much. I feel like when I'm not delayed in December, it'll be a lot different.
Okay. Combine coming up. You got a lot of eyes on y'all. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of eyes, we got this list last night from Champ 2K. We're gonna start off with the Power 4 list here, Spammy. And we're gonna see, we got you at number 9 overall. What do you think about that? Do you think that's too high? That's too low? That's just correct? How do you feel?
I honestly think it's a little too low, but there's a lot of great players ahead of me. But I'm just gonna keep working, keep playing, keep doing my work, and I think I'll be top 3, top 4 before it's all said and done.
Okay. And there's a lot of vets on there, you know what I'm saying? We got Bumpy Don, Put Back, Green Too Nice, Perm. You think you can hang out with those veterans right there?
Oh, without a doubt, I think I can. I've been playing against all of them, to be honest, since I was 16 years old. Been beating a lot of them for a while as well.
Okay. I did hear about your name for a while now. What makes you wanted to join the league this year?
Playing football in the past, that's been the competitiveness in my life, but due to injuries, I can't play anymore. So 2K is what I get for my competitiveness. It's what I got left.
Okay, I like it. A lot of former athletes in the 2K league, and a lot of them get injured. You know what I'm saying? So they got time to play. Definitely good. And Juice, we got the shooting guard list showing up here right now. And what did you think about the shooting guard list? It was a lot of right this morning from Twitter. What do you think about it? You think you're too low right here at 23?
So some lists, right? Some lists I'm ranked low on, and I can just understand the thought process behind it when I'm looking at who's ahead of me. I can kind of justify certain. It's I'm a realist, right? I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm number 1, right? But
Right.
I looked at this and I just can't see what was really going through Champ's head when he made this. I got to be honest. Like I said, I mean, it's good content, and it got people talking on Twitter today, which at the end of the day, it's the goal of the content. Like I said on Twitter earlier, I'm not really so much worried about a list. It's all 23 like Jordan. I'll take it. I mean, I guess I don't know.
Okay. And if you were to give yourself a little range, like where do you think you would rank in that if you're not 23?
I put myself like anywhere from like right now. I'd say I'm anywhere from like 10 to 15, being realist. But
15.
like
I
Sammy
think that's a
said,
good range
before
for
the
you.
draft. What's that?
I like that range for you. I like that.
Yeah. So like 10, 15, I feel like that's realistic right now. I definitely think I'm gonna be, in that 6 to 7 range before the draft. But it's a lot of stuff that has to happen before then. So
Okay, I like it. So with the league implementing, 3v3, do you think that's a part of your game too when coaches interview you and stuff like that? Do you think that 3v3 is a part of your game as well?
no, yeah. So I definitely like enjoy playing stage. I'm not like a stage hawk. I can't sit here and say, I play all these wagers and stuff. But I enjoy the threes, and I played in the qualifiers last year. I think I made a Final Four in one of them and lost to the Twins. And I think the Twins ended up going. The C4 Twins. Shout out to them.
hmm
So yeah, I mean 3v3 is something I'm definitely trying to get more involved in. I'm actually about to start working on a smaller guard, not like a shooting guard, but more like a point guard. 4 threes to kind of display that before the draft. But yeah.
Okay. And Spammy, I think I heard that you came from the stage. Is that correct?
Yeah, I used to be a stage hawk back in 2K18, 2K19. That's where I came from.
Okay. And so, do you think your three stock's gonna get you a little bit higher than those guys ahead of you?
Well, I haven't played stage or 3v3 really heavy in a few years, but we've been entering in a lot of 3v3 tournaments. I think I could play 3v3 at the lock position or the big position at the highest level. So I think, yeah, it will.
Okay. And say this is y'all year, right? We're gonna start off with you, Juice. Say this is your year. You finally get your name called. What would being drafted to the 2K League mean to you?
I mean, it'd be like a dream come true. Like I started playing this stuff. I started playing 2K just for fun, right? Like I just played with my boys and got into the draft leagues like we talked about. And then I started seeing these guys. Like I learned about the 2K League and started seeing these guys like competing, and that's kind of how Spammy said I'm a competitor. So once I learned there was a higher stage to compete, my goals have been set on it since then. And yeah, I'm just excited to pursue that.
And you spoke about this earlier, Spammy, saying that you compete against these guys and you've seen them gone to the league. What would being drafted to 2K League mean for you?
It'll mean a lot to me, to be honest. I wasn't really going to go for it about a year or two ago, but now I'm in a position where I think I have a great chance to get in. So all my friends that I've been playing with in the past when I first started got in. So they've motivated me a lot to go for it and to get in. So it'll mean a lot.
Okay. All right. And moving on to the next one, we're gonna start with you again, Spammy. What would you say is like a life experience that you had to go through that had a significant impact on your life?
Probably tearing my ACL 3 times.
Oof.
That's it's not very good.
Oh yeah, I'd imagine so. You wanna? I know you play football. You said play O line, D line. What would you play?
I played left tackle.
Left tackle. Oof, 3 ACL tears. Yeah, I don't know how you're still standing up. That's for sure. All right, and how would you say that you bounce back from those ACL tears? I know a lot of pro athletes and a lot of college athletes, when they do go through an injury, they go through a pretty dark stage in life. How did you go from rock bottom basically to where you are now?
I would say just even though it was like 9 months of not being able to do anything besides like rehab and stuff, just staying strong, talking to friends and family, and just seeing me get better day by day is what really helped me.
Okay. And what about you, Juice? What was the life experience? It can be big or small that has significant impact in your life.
A significant impact on my life. I would say my junior year, was it junior year? Yeah, junior year of high school. I was driving to a conference, and I totaled my car like bad crash, like spun out. It was icy. I'm in Michigan. It was icy roads, and I spun out like 6 times. And it was scary. Like my windshield broke, and whatever. Totaled my car, and just I was luckily okay. Like I was fine, but it just kind of shook me up and made me look at things a little differently afterwards. So that's something I'll never forget, and that's probably my craziest life experience so far.
No, definitely. Car crashes are definitely not something to be joking about, and I'm glad that you made it out as well too. Let's see here, and then last but not least for y'all, what would you want an org to know about you? What can you do differently that these other shooting guards or power forwards don't do that you can bring to an organization? What's over here, Juice?
Yeah, so I think something I want them to know is I think we hear a lot about in the league about like certain like off the court issues and things like that, and I could never see that being me. Like, I feel like I'm gonna fit in wherever I go. I'm a pretty interpersonal guy. I talk to people and really get along with everybody for the most part. And then as far as on the court goes, I feel like I can really play any role. I've done so last year I heard always I don't shoot catch and shoots and I can't be as sharp. I score off the dribble too much, and now this year it's always too much of a sharp. You can't score off the dribble. So I just hear it all. You know what I mean? I feel like I can really plug and play wherever, and I'm excited to show those strengths off.
Okay. And if you could, on top of your head, what team would you really want to go to?
I want to go to the team that wants me. You know what I mean? So
Love it, media trained.
yes, sir.
And what about you, Spammy? What would you want an org to know about you that you can do different than these power forwards?
I'm a real likable guy off the court. Everyone gets along with me, and from me playing football, I feel like that really helps me. Like watching all that film, like I feel like I could really help break down film at like a great level.
Nope, definitely love the film guys, man. Love the film guys. Those guys that watch film with you, those are always the best teammates. All right, and recently, UPA just dropped the regional championship back in Dallas. Am I gonna see y'all guys there?
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah,
What
I'll be
about you,
there.
Juice?
Yeah.
All right. That's why they say that's where your draft stock could go up or down in the IRL event right there. You guys built for that stage? What do you think, Spammy? I've never seen you play on stage. So are you built for that stage?
I'm just gonna say it like this. I'm a big dude. You won't see me shaking or anything like that on stage. I'm gonna bring the energy. I'm gonna be yelling. I'm gonna have them thinking of anything.
And what about you, Juice? I've watched you a little bit in stage in Vegas and
You know,
Philly.
bro, you know what I do. You know what I do in person, Easy. I don't gotta say too much, bro.
Okay, I like to hear that, fellas. And would y'all like to say anything else before we end this interview?
Yeah, I just want to
Nah.
say draft Spammy. I want to say draft Spammy, best power forward in the class. That's all I got.
Draft juice,
All right.
best catch and shoot sharp.
Don't call me that. I'm a combo guard, all right?
All right. Thank you, fellas, over here as Prospect Nation. Appreciate y'all coming through.
Appreciate you for having us.
Yes, appreciate it for real.
Zaggy, what's the fact?
What's up, guys? This is NapX Prospect Nation, hosted by Vaughn the Gamer, and I am joined by the one, the only Gazuli,
Yes,
one of the
sir,
top
man.
shooting guard prospects out here in the NBA 2K League. Prospects that's going to be coming up for the Combine coming up soon. He's going to be playing in that around November 28th to 29th. Gazuli, hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's going on, man? Feeling good.
Hey man, you already know from the start of this interview, or from the start of us talking, I am tired. You are tired. We're gonna get through this though, and we're gonna get everything right. So Gazuli, I'm gonna basically start you off with this. Pretty much, you have became not only one of the top premier shooting guards prospects that's coming into the draft class coming in soon, but you was also talked about from the past, from post-draft, and also a little bit from the ending of pre-draft. Can you tell me the journey that has come so far and basically you becoming a full overnight, not even overnight, I'm not going to say overnight, but more of a top success in right now the shooting guard class of this upcoming draft?
So yeah, you know, I was always kind of into 2K ever since I started playing it, but last post draft, I ended up needing shoulder surgery. It was actually like one of the first days of post draft. I believe it was March 2nd. And after found out that I needed shoulder surgery, I was like, all right, I'm a lock in. I know I'm gonna be home for a while. I can't work. I'm just gonna lock in. I upgraded my internet. I got my streaming set up, and I said I'm gonna make one real push for this, you know, and see where it goes. And I think I did pretty good, man.
I mean, that's what I expected to hit. Like, especially with the shoulder injury. The shoulder injury is like, was it from sports? Was it playing for something? Was it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it was from working out. I always forget the piece of cartilage that I tore in it, but it was like an 8-month to 12-month recovery time. I'm just now getting back into the gym and getting back to like being active and stuff. So, you know, I knew I was going to be homebound for a while and not be able to work, and I wanted to take my game to the next level.
Now, tell me about the idea to basically start streaming, because I know you said you was going to go and just say, screw it, let me just attempt this. Let me just go for the league at this point. Let me know about the streaming and how it basically came to exist, because I already know, like, obviously you got to put your name out there. You got to stream your games and basically put everything out there. What was it like to basically say, well, let me get these streaming equipment, let me actually stream and actually see people turn out for the games and actually see people actually rooting for you throughout your games?
Yeah, so I actually got my streaming equipment a while ago, probably in 2K21, but my internet wasn't good enough to stream. And you know, people like Spam was honestly like one of my biggest motivators when it came to streaming, because I saw what he was doing, the numbers he was pulling, and I was like, yeah, I really, you know, I'm playing the game as much as I am. I might as well be streaming it while I'm doing it. There's not a lot of content creators in the community that we have, and being one of the pioneers is something that I wanted to do. So, yeah, I upgraded my internet so that I could stream, and I don't even have a PC yet either. I just do it off my laptop that I have for school, and you know, it's been pretty cool just seeing, you know, building a fan base, building a community of people that just support you and want to see you succeed. Like, it's honestly crazy.
And I mean, that's the support that you garner, or that's the type of player that you are. Like, again, like, you not only a good personality just outside of just basically 2K and just basically in party chats, but also just in general, like, you are a hard worker, and it's been shown throughout your game and everything, and even through streaming. So again, I commend you on the streaming and commend you, like, basically how you've been basically handling stuff. Let's talk about in your play, in recent play, and also just your post draft. Let's talk about the post draft first thing. FSG played, almost got there, almost basically won in the tourney that you was in, the PS5 side of things.
Yeah.
What was it like to basically just be on stage or just be in the venue for Philly, and not only that, just basically participating and almost became close to winning?
Yeah, so 2K21 post draft, I went to that post draft event, and it wasn't, like I said, like at that time I wasn't really fully invested. I went with the pickup team. There's some people I knew on the team and stuff, but you know, we didn't go there with the expectations of, you know, we knew that we were the underdogs, and I just wanted to just honestly just hoop on the stage, meet everybody, blase. But going into this last post-draft event, you know, I've been playing with my team pretty much the entirety of the post-draft, and I felt like I was one of the best. I felt like my team was one of the best teams, and I had like some of the best players around me going into this class. So I was super confident to win, man. And when I went there, that's pretty much just how I played. I knew that I was one of the best, so I just played like I was one of the best, and I went in with that mindset, played confident, and it was a really fun experience meeting all the FSG, being able to hoop on a stage and, you know, show what I could do in person, bring that energy. You know.
Yeah. And Wayco, you definitely brought the energy. Is a clip of you basically barking at the other side.
Yeah.
For the Mun Mun, of course, and it was exciting to see all the prospects being there in Philly, but also you putting out a show. You and Marquise and the rest of the crew at Fire Sticks putting out a show. One thing I want to bring in now is just basically your whole pre-draft. We seen how your pre-draft is going, but tell me your experience so far, and just tell me how you feel coming up to the days of the combine.
So going into this pre-draft, you know, I've always been on Xbox my whole 2K career. So after the in-person event, me and my team, we kind of were like all at a point where we're like, all right, everybody, we just take our best opportunities, do what we're supposed to do to put ourselves in the best positions to get drafted. And you know, nobody was mad at each other for the decisions we made, but I decided that I wanted to go to PS5 and play with Zero Gaming. I feel like there's just a little bit more exposure on PS5. You know, people care more about PS5. A lot of the league players play on PS5. And Zero Gaming was a team that also was filled with underdogs. And I felt like I've been an underdog a lot of my career as well. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to play with Tay. And I know they're a team full of prospects as well. I wanted to play with Tay and Willow, two hungry prospects that both want to make the league. I felt like I knew what I was going to get out of them. And Bag Motion, you know, I loved his story coming into the 2K league. And we ended up picking up DJ, who's one of, you know, on the Xbox, like he's one of my great friends. And you know, we have the mindset that we're just going to get 1% better every day. And I feel like that's what we do. Every day we just, after every series, there's something that we could take from our series that just makes us a little bit better. And throughout the course of a couple months, that's made us into a great team and one of the best teams on PlayStation.
I was going to ask you as well, how was the advice from these coaches that you basically was playing with, especially in during post-draft and pre-draft? I know you played underneath Lavelle, you played underneath Big Face. How they basically has been prepping you up for the combine, and also just in general for the league coming up?
I actually think like coaches, you know, a lot of people don't think coaches and the amateur scene is kind of necessary, but when you have somebody, like, it just makes it so much easier just to load up and hoop. Like, Big Face for us right now, he sets up all the series, he handles all the times, like you know, setting up the times, blase, all the payment for him. So like as a player, like we just load up and hoop. We just got to take care of what we have to take care of, and everything else will take care of itself. And you know, both Versa and Big Face, they're not really getting much from this, honestly. Obviously they want to pursue being a coach in the league and having a job in the league, but outside of that, they don't really get nothing out of this. And they put a lot of time into this. Like Versa, he would be 1 in the afternoon, 12 in the morning, you know, 9 in the morning, whatever time that we were around and he was around, because our schedules didn't really collide. We'd be in there, the whole team, film sessions. Like, same thing with Big Face. Anytime we want to watch film, anytime we want notes on a team, he's going to make a full noting, like full sheet of notes for every player, all their tendencies. And then even during the game, he gives us great in-game adjustments, tells me what I'm doing wrong, tells my teammates what we're doing wrong. And sometimes you need to hear that from somebody that's not on the team, just because it's different type of, you know, you take it a different type of way.
Right, man. And they've been pushing you guys, especially. I interviewed Tay for a TC interview early on. He mentioned Big Face, and he mentioned how he's been basically helping you guys as well. So it's great to see, like, it's coming full circle. Like, everybody is just like, yeah, this man is doing what he's doing. He's basically with him. He's basically with us. He's doing film. So it's glad to see that. As far as you, and let's go on now to the future. Combine's coming up. Interviews going to be coming up soon. As far as teams as well. And NBA eventually, you know, Dallas regionals, and then obviously the last stage is the NBA 2K League draft. What is your ideal team? And I know everybody's gonna basically say, well, any team that drafts me. I already know. I get it. It's the media trained answer. I get it. What is your ideal team, or what do you feel is the team that will fit your play style the most?
I feel like there's a few teams that I would be great on. I think the Magic is one of my most preferred destinations. I think, I already played with Unguardable in his pre-draft, and we won everything while he was here. Won majority of the stuff that we played in, and I live in Florida, so being at home, it would be a great spot for me, in my opinion. I feel like everybody on that team is mature. It's no immaturity, none of the group chats, no drama, and I feel like that's what you need to win, honestly. Just 5 players that are invested and just want to keep getting better and just want to win. And I feel like the Celtics would also be a pretty good spot for me. And I feel like it's kind of the same thing over there, just 5 people they only have 3 players right now, but, just 5 people that want to hoop, kind of some older guys, so there's a little bit more maturity and stuff over there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those 2 teams I would love to be on.
And with the Magic especially, Magic basically have, Maddie, who I met, Jonah, who I met. They are very, very down-to-earth, cool people that you can just talk to. Literally talk to them at a bar. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a chill conversation. And Unguardable, he's always... I feel as though, like, he's always unserious, but you already know, like, when it comes game time, he always, he's always ready and willing to play. So,
for sure.
But yeah, it's always chill vibe for the Magic. And Celtics, as I said, Rico is a great coach to basically be underneath you, and perfect personality and perfect like hobbies in a way too, because you work out, he works out, so it's like that's awesome just to have that, and especially if you get put onto that team. What is your biggest, not gonna say your biggest fear, but what is your biggest thing coming into the NBA 2K League draft? What is the main thing that you want to show these coaches, when you want to show these teams that, hey, I know I'm good gameplay wise, but this is what I'm also good at, and this is what could be lead, or this what could be as far as a culture thing for me coming into your organization?
Yeah, I really feel like I could change a culture in an organization. I feel like a lot of organizations, so for instance, with the Wizards, they had Dave Fry. I mean, they have a lot of great leaders over there. Dave Fry, Nudini, obviously Cap is a young leader, just came into the league. Mm-hmm. But I feel like you need like those players on your team who are going to install confidence in your teammates. You got to lead by example. And that's what I really feel like I could bring to a team. And I felt like I brought that to Fire Sticks last year, and I felt like I kind of bring that to Zero Gaming this year. And that's what I want to bring into the league too. I want to change the culture and just install confidence in my teammates and provide a winning culture.
And that's big, man. And especially if you can do that coming in as a rookie, because a lot of these veterans are just gonna look at them rookies and gonna be like, man, you don't know what you talking about. Shut your mouth. You know what I'm saying? And then you come in, you basically play your game. Everybody just like, wow, yeah, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. So I appreciate the answer for sure. I feel like the off the court, my fault, but I feel like the off the court stuff matters so much too. Like, it's so much that goes into it despite gameplay, and that's something like with both my teams, Fire Sticks and Zero Gaming, like we're all very well like acknowledgeable of, like, we all as people we bond, and I feel like that's so important. I want to bring that to my teams. I want to bond with them on and off the game. And I feel like that's going to help improve our gameplay tremendously. My question to you as well, and this is going to be away from 2K League. I'm probably going to come back to the 2K League type questions, probably like later down. But main thing I want to ask was, how did you get into 2K? How was the whole setup of basically going to Pro-Am and everything? Because you told me that you pretty much, way before that you went for the draft spot, you were more, working out, doing your job and everything. When was the focus to basically say, okay, I'm going to lock in? And what was that before then? Who was Gazuli before?
Yeah. So basically, I feel like a lot of people's story is kind of similar. COVID hit, couldn't do much. So, before COVID, I was at school from 8 in the morning until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Right after school, I went straight to work till about 10, 11, 12, depending on the night, because I worked at a restaurant. And once COVID hit, you know, I went from my day being fully occupied by work and school and other things to having all the free time in the world. So that's really when I started playing 2K. I didn't know too much about the 2K League when COVID hit, but the more I played, the more I learned about it and the more invested I became. And before I started playing 2K, it was, like I said, it was really just school and just work. Right now, I'm still in college. I'm about to get my associate's degree this semester. And, you know, that's obviously something I prioritize as well. I want to get my bachelor's degree. And I pretty much from a young age, I always knew I kind of wanted, I'm a major in early childhood education. From a young age, I kind of always knew I wanted to be a teacher. And I just want to, you know, help change some lives and make a difference.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's a great occupation. Even most of my family members in the same thing as well. So I already know most of like the task and the things that you guys have to do. Like it's tough, especially like teaching younger people or just basically taking care or providing services for younger people or younger kids at that point. So it's tough, and I commend you on that, man. Thank you for just doing that, or just having that mindset. So I'm gonna flip it again. Champ put out a list, and I already know you've seen the list probably 5 times, maybe 6, maybe 7. I don't know. I'm gonna just leave this here, right? And I'm gonna ask you this question of basically not only your placement, but where do you feel as though, judging by this list, and again, Champ, and again, you're number 3. So I mean, I don't think you, not really complaining or beef or anything. Do you feel as though this list was a little bit too much for the 2K community, or just as far as you go? Do you feel like you could have been more higher? Do you feel like it's somebody better?
You know, obviously I have the confidence in myself. Like, I think I'm the best in the world. And I'm sure everybody else on this list, or at least a majority of the guys, feel the same way. But, you know, Glenn Ratty and Glizzy are 2 guys who have great bodies of work, so I'm not going to take anything away from them. But I do think, you know, some of these other guys, like, there is some great players that were ranked extremely low, like Sokobi. He's a great player, and I just think, you know, it's kind of, you know, you might not know too much about a player, and for some of the other players, you know, me, like, I'm publicized, I stream. And some of these people aren't. They don't stream. They're not really on Twitter, and it's kind of disrespectful to some of these people who, you know, aren't in a similar position. But as far as myself goes, you know, I feel like I'm the best in the world every time I play the game, every time I load up. But everybody around me and everybody above me has some great bodies of work, so I can't take anything from them.
Great professional answer. The media training has been wonders for you, Gazuli. I can see you clapping it up for you, my guy. And pretty much from that point on, right? NBA 2K League is in the future for sure. Like, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be drafted to the team. If you're not drafted to the team, we riot. My thing is, where do you see yourself down the line? I know you say you're going to college. You're going to college for early childhood education. Where do you see yourself as far as the NBA 2K League? Pretty much at the end of things. Like, obviously, you want to win a championship for organization, but where do you see yourself as far as accolades? Where do you see yourself as far as down the line working with the NBA 2K League, maybe, or being a coach, being an assistant coach? Or do you feel yourself like basically venturing out and starting something new?
It's funny because I have this conversation with my teammates like all the time. Like, I tell them, like, when I hang my 2K career up, I want to have like crazy accolades. Like, I want to have a UPA win. I want to be a 2K League champion. You know, the individual stats or the individual accolades, like MVP and stuff, I feel like if that happens along the way, like, I'll be happy with that. I want to be an all-star, obviously, you know, all first team, but I'm more so worried about just like UPA wins. I want to win everything on retail. I want to win, you know, the tip off. I want to win a 2K League championship. Like, when I hang it up, I want to be known as one of the best of all time. And then
go ahead.
As far as like after too, like, I would love to be like a coach or a GM for the 2K League, and I have a feeling, you know, the league's only going to get bigger, and hopefully I get the opportunity to do that along the line.
Hey man, from what I know, and from obviously, me and you did a session before, as far as like film session before. So, like, I already know you already have that hard work and tenacity to even attempt it or even go for a coach and GM. Because I'm pretty sure like a lot of other players, they're not really on the type of timing that you on. You are ready to get into that film room, look at stuff, analyze stuff, be ready, game plan it, and then actually perform to do it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
the fact as a player that you're already engaged and you want to do that later on, that could be something for sure. And I said, do not take that out the table for sure. If you have any second guess, here's me telling you, definitely try to do that for sure. It's gonna be
Yeah,
hard, but
you know.
again, as a player, like if you, as I said, becoming a player and get into it, way more easier than just like a regular person from the 2K community, like has a coach or just an analyst coming in and just taking it as the coach.
Nah, yeah, this is like being just like a professional gamer in general, like coach, GM, like that's like a dream job. Like that's something like as a kid, like you could only dream about. So like if I could get that opportunity to be a coach after I'm done being a player, I would love that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Gazuli, pretty much from the interview, from what I gathered, like, hey, checked all the lists, has everything, pretty much got the game, got the interview skills down. I can already tell that you're gonna wow some coaches already as it is. The fact that you go into the gym being buffer than most of these players that's coming into is gonna be
Hey, I'm small right now, man.
it's gonna wow a lot of coaches and staff members as it is. Gazuli, is there any last thoughts coming into the whole experience of just playing 2K and potentially now could be playing it for a living?
Honestly, it's just been a crazy experience. Like I would just say, like to anybody that wants to be a professional 2K League player or gamer in general, just just bet on yourself and just double down. Like especially in this 2K League community compared to like some of the other esports, like everybody's in distance. Like the goal line is right there. Just bet on yourself and double down. I feel like that's what I did, and I'm glad I made that decision.
For sure, man. And it was great even having you on here for NapX. Zuli, if anytime you want to interview, anytime that you want any press coverage on you, we got you right here on NapX for sure. Zuli,
I appreciate that.
Zuli, or don the name Zuli Range from literally the games that I've watched. Zuli, it's been a pleasure interviewing you, and we're gonna have this out for you for sure in the coming days, man. I highly appreciate you taking this interview, or just even asking me for the interview for sure. So, thank you, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you for having me too.
No problem, man.
All right, you have a good one.
You too.